Okay? The third point. It is very, very clear in the Quran and Sunnah that there is one path that leads to Jannah. Inna deena inda Allahil Islam. The religion that is acceptable to Allah is Al-Islam. La ilaha illallah. There is no deity worthy of worship other than Allah. Somebody says, I'm going to worship Buddha, I'm going to worship Krishna, I'm going to worship Rama. And you say, oh, that's okay, you're okay, I'm okay. You have destroyed the first kalima, have you not? Nothing is worthy of worship other than Allah. That's what the kalima says. That is exactly what the kalima says. If you say to a non-Muslim, sure, you can morally, and obviously legally, even in Islamic state, he can worship other than Allah. Legally, politically, you will have the freedom. But morally, is it allowed from an ethical perspective to worship other than Allah? La ilaha illallah means what? No. So when somebody bows down to an image of Jesus, we say, you are worshipping other than Allah. This contradicts the kalima. Is it not the case? If somebody comes and says, oh yes, good Ahl Kitab and good Hindus and good will enter Jannah, you have negated the first kalima. Then obviously the second kalima, Muhammadur Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. And that person, does he believe Muhammadur Rasulullah, yes or no? The non-Muslim. No. And you say, oh, don't worry, you're going to go to Jannah. So you have negated the second kalima too. My dear brothers and sisters, please use what Allah has given you. To say that other paths are acceptable is a negation of Islam. It is a negation of the Quran. It is a negation of both kalimas. And it makes the whole purpose of revealing a book and sending a prophet nonsensical and illogical. But I presented the paper. There was some minor controversy, but eventually the paper was published by Oxford. It is published by Oxford University Press. There's a whole book called Islam and the Salvation of Others, and you'll find my paper. And in it I go into all of the details and evidences from the Quran and Sunnah. And then I mention as well, this issue was so explicit that there has never been a controversy in the history of Islam about it. Not just the four madhahib of Sunni Islam, all strands of Sunnism, all strands of Zaydism, of Ibn Asharism, of Shi'ism, of Ibadism, all strands of Mu'tazilism, all strands of Islam said, if you're not a Muslim and you reject Islam knowingly, there is no hope for you. This is a newfangled interpretation that is coming that has no precedence in the classical tradition whatsoever. And then I said, let's put the Quran and Sunnah to the side. Even logically, even rationally, does it make any sense for God to send a messenger? And the messenger is coming with the revelation. And the messenger is saying, I am God's final prophet unto you. And my revelation is the final revelation. And the purpose of the revelation is to tell you, you don't need to believe in the revelation. Even logically, it makes no sense. When Allah sends a messenger, the messenger must be obeyed. So from the Quran, from the Sunnah, from unanimous consensus and from logic and rationality, I proved that it makes no sense to say that there can be salvation outside of Islam. The rule is very clear. What is the rule? Whoever searches for a religion other than Islam, whoever chooses a religion other than Islam, it shall not be accepted of him, and he shall be from the losers in the hereafter, from the khasirin in the hereafter. Allahu, 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 Allah, Allah.